Hello everyone, welcome to Building the Ultimate Matchbox Car Collection. My name is Tyrone and welcome to another Heat Seeker video. Heat Seeker videos are where I pinpoint a deficiency in my collection and go after that particular type of casting. In this case it's buses and taxis. Shall we just get on with it? This is, well, was number 69 in the Superfast series of about 2005, shall we guess? Why not? This is the lovely red version with the white walls of the London taxi. As we actually, at the end of this video, I'll just flood the table with every taxi I have to show you all the variants. This and others came in, and I'll bore you half to death with a few taxi driver stories. I used to be a taxi driver, did I tell you? Probably. Used to be a bus driver too, not one of these, not with a huge Union Jack on it. 2012, so 2013, of course, it's the anniversary one, isn't it? This is already opened, I think. Yep. But this won't be going back on the card, it will be free forever. Put him over there, put him over there, and put him over there. Nice solid casting. Switcheroo. Double decker they call it. Sometimes it's called two-story, sometimes it's called London Bus. I don't think Mattel called it the London Bus. Maybe they did. Maybe they didn't. Whenever I'm in London and I get the opportunity to ride on one of these, obviously the more updated version of it, the wife and I always go upstairs. I'd have to have a dicky knee before I sat down in these seats. Upstairs is always much more fun. Oh, it's looking very London, isn't it? Let's keep cracking on. The next 1, 2, 3 at least are gifts, very generous gifts from David at Twice Diecast. This is a bus, but not like we know it. This is the school bus. I have a few. Oh, I didn't bring out my buses. Maybe I should have. I've just got a million taxis here to show you. Police bus to the rescue. Really? Usually if it's a police bus, there's something big going down, isn't there? Bus full of cops. 2002 release. So 20 years old, you kidding? This first came out in the school bus. Now the police bus. I was in Tokyo a couple of years ago, and we were being the tourist couple, and we spotted, we heard loudspeakers, we heard the megaphone thing going off, and wandered in its direction, and we saw about 15 police buses. So we thought, wow, something's going down. Cue camera, and it turned out to be more or less a weekly event at the Emperor's Palace, right in the heart of Tokyo. So many cops, I couldn't believe it. Herding the people around the temple and back out the back end. It was very strange. From start to finish we had no idea what was going on. Don't speak Japanese. Route Master bus in a really deep, almost a Harrods green, isn't it? 2009 release, City Action series, number 52 thereof. Let's get on. Yeah, definitely a Harrods colour. I've got a rubber ducky next to my big bathtub with Harrods all over it, in this, roughly this colour. The strange souvenirs you pick up on the way. So that'll go next to, oh, don't they look good together? Huh. Damn tourists. Great. And who else? Taxi, kind of a van. I did a Heat Seeker video not too long ago on vans, and a VW Caddy similar to this made it into the van Heat Seeker. This is a Ford Transit Connect taxi. and I've got a version of it, but not quite like this one. This one from 2011 release. Yeah, Urban Express 08 on the side. The going rate also. In my days as a taxi driver, that sticker that is on the side there, it used to be by the passenger's door, just under here, with the flag fall, which is when you hail a taxi, and after hours, like after midnight, certain nights, there's another couple of bucks chucked on, and then there's a per kilometre fee, and the not overly intelligent taxi board decided all the taxi drivers needed a pay raise because fuel was going up, so they put all these up by 10 and 20 cents a piece. Net result is fewer people caught the taxi. Or if I'd normally take somebody from a suburb into the city in a taxi, same person, when those fares went up, they just wanted to go to the train station. So yeah, not really a pay rise. I love this casting, I really do. The 2006 Ford Crown Victoria from the City Action sub-series 2010 release. Man, I dig this casting. And I do have it, I'm pretty sure I have it, just like this one. But taxis are the same as police cars. You can have a fleet, nobody's going to say anything. United cab service on the side. On call 24/7, naturally. It is a taxi service. And next one up, checker cab, in a nice green. And I thought I had this colour, but I don't, so clearly needs to be freed. Kind of funky, kind of 53 Chevy looking, but longer. A little bit pimped out on the wheels. Did they go together? Not really, but that's okay. Shuffle along, all stay in shot. And this one I did have, but not with those wheels, so that was good. Hero City, and the year 2004 release. Yeah, and where is he? Yeah, I had that one. See, different wheels. Actually a different shade, isn't it? What's that one? Oh, it's a different colour and wheels altogether. And I got that one. It's the Premium, Superfast, can't remember. It's the fleet multipliers before our very eyes. Sweet. And do we have one more? No, that's it. Cool. Start flooding the table. In the promised boring story of my taxi driving days. When I first became a taxi driver, and it was a complete fish out of water moment, because I was doing something completely different for many years and decided I couldn't do it anymore because my brain was going numb and my soul was dying. So I opted out, went to Germany, and then when I came back I needed a job, so I decided to be a taxi driver for a few years. It was fun, but the very first night I was doing 4 p.m. till 4 a.m. shift, as I just randomly crowd the table out now to show you everything I have. See, same but different. So yeah, out on my first night, it was about 5 o'clock in the evening, sort of a early summer's evening, and driving along, and I was very nervous. Not a very people person. Got an imposter here, that's a corgi, but a lot of sentimental value to that one. Yeah, so very nervous. I'm not a people person, but here we go. I'm a taxi driver. Boom. And I jumped into my late model Ford Falcon, and off I went. And I got a fare, and the guy tipped me, and it was all very pleasant. Didn't quite know where I was going because I was I had to pick up the taxi from a different part of town to what I was used to, so really fish out of water. But first few customers were nice, and I decided to head over to another part of town after dropping a passenger off, and I thought I was doing quite well, so I was quite pleased with myself, started to relax. I was driving along, and two very hot looking girls, one of them waved at me with a smile on her face, and I just waved and kept driving, and I drove along that piece of highway thinking, wow, I've still got it. And then I realised I was a taxi driver with a vacant sign on my roof light. Dumbass. And I was so embarrassed, I didn't want to go back, but I thought, I've got to make some money out here. So I chucked a Yui and headed back, and sheepishly said, sorry, I was just on another planet just now, sorry. Turned out to be like a $12 fare, so I should have let it go, and yeah, but silly boy, I've still got it. Pretty girls are still waving at me. Well, we need to step back. Do I have another taxi story? I have a million, but maybe not so many good for airing on my YouTube channel. But I'll think of one. Lots of these London taxis, aren't there? I have a taxi story when I wasn't a taxi driver, but I have many of those too. I'm sure we're all clubbers and pubbers at one stage. Oh, I had a interesting fare one night. It was a really stormy night, summer storm. Summer storms in Perth are horrendous. They're a lot of fun, and I love driving in really bad weather. Randomly. And here's one of my favourite London taxis in the blue. Yeah, I got a fare, and she was blind, and she had a talking watch, which was interesting. But she was going on a dinner evening, a girls' night in kind of thing, and she had to pick up some wine. And she says, "Can we stop at the bottle shop?" So we did, and she said, "Look, I'm blind. I don't know. I can't see, so I can't pick a bottle of wine. Can you take me around the shop and pick a wine?" So, and it was that moment that I realised how much trust is put in people like taxi drivers and bus drivers, and others as well. But a real sense of privilege that I was trusted for the moment, and obviously did the right thing, and the checkout girl helped me out, and it was lovely. Such a nice feeling to be able to help somebody who requires it. So we move you. Have you been fidgeting through this whole thing, or you just got bored, or what? Or maybe I've just been pushing you around the studio or video. Sorry about that. We got a little bit higher to get a better view. Whoa. Altitude sickness there. Wow, there's a lot of taxis and a few buses up the back. So that's the end of this video then. Gee, I carried on a bit, didn't I? I need some more taxis. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.